Okay, hello my friends. How are you today? Good. Okay, so I have some really exciting things for you to do today. Are you ready? So I'm going to walk you through what we're going to do so you know and you can be prepared. Because I have some really cool stuff behind me and I want you to all know what they are and know when we're going to be able to see them. Because we're not only going to see them, we're going to be able to touch them as well, okay? So we are talking about predator and prey. So first we're going to kind of walk through what the heck is a predator and what the heck is prey. And then we're going to be able to have an up-close look at the two things that I have brought. And then we're going to play a really fun game.
With the owl!
With the owl, yes, you're right. We're going to play a game with an owl and a mouse, okay? Yes, so we're going to have some fun. So now, let me ask you, has anyone heard the term predator? I want you to raise your hand. Okay, I saw your hand first. What's a predator?
It's an animal that's dangerous. It eats animals.
Yes, exactly. So a predator is an animal that eats other animals. So they are called, sit on your bottom, Allie. Sit on your bottom. Hold on. So a predator is an animal that eats other animals. So if we keep that in mind, who can raise their hand and tell me what a prey is? I saw your hand first. What's a prey?
Something that has to run away from the predator.
Yes, something that has to run away from the predator. It's something that gets eaten by the predators. So predators are the munchers. Can you all be munchers with me? Ready? And the prey are animals that have to run and hide. Ready, run. You guys are really good predators and really good prey. So what we're going to do you have a question?
No.
What's your question?
The owl looks real.
The owl does look real, you're right. So I'm going to save all the questions for the end, okay? So all the rest of the questions you have, I want you to think of it really hard. I want you to turn your key and lock it in your pocket so you don't forget what your question is, okay? So if you think of a question, turn the little key, lock it in your pocket, all right? So we're going to talk about what makes a predator different from a prey, okay? So I have two really cool things over here. I have the fur of a deer, and I have the fur of a coyote. Now raise your hand. Have you ever seen a deer before? Yes? The little babies have little cute spots all over them, and the moms are really tall and they like to strut through the forest, and the dads have really big antlers. Can you show me your really big antlers? Wow, great job.
I'm handsome and fierce.
Yes, I'm handsome and fierce. That's right. They got their really big antlers on top. And then we have a sly coyote. These guys like to walk through the forest, and they gotta be really quiet so they can catch their prey, because they're hungry. They're not like you guys. They didn't just have a snack. They gotta go catch their own snack, okay? So how I like to tell the difference between a predator and a prey is to look at their skulls. Oh, in a little bit. So I like to look at their skulls. You have a skull, right?
No.
This is your skull right here. Point to your skull. That's right. So there's three things that I like to look at. I like to look at their teeth. I like to look at their eyeballs, in which way their eyeballs are facing. And then I like to look at something that's going to be kind of confusing until I talk about it. There's a bump on their head that we're going to talk about too, okay? So first, we have the skull of our deer. This is a deer skull right here. And I want you to pay close attention to its teeth as I walk around. This is our deer skull. Pay attention to our teeth and pay attention to where the eyes are facing as well. So we're not going to touch it right now. So this is our deer. And now we're going to walk past and we're going to look at the coyote. They look a little bit different, don't they? Look at those teeth. And their eyeballs,
They are.
whoa, they're big teeth.
I want to hear what those teeth
So we're not going to touch the skulls today. So, two things that are really easy to look at. I'm going to sit right down in front of you guys, okay? So two things that are really easy to look at are their teeth. Can someone take a look and raise your hand? I haven't even asked the question yet. You're raising your hand so weird. I haven't even asked the question. You don't even know what's going to be yet. So the question is, can you tell me a difference
between the prey and the predator?
between the prey and the predator's teeth? See a difference between their teeth? Go right ahead. You and the yellow.
One is
Sure,
smaller.
You? No.
One is pointed and one is just flat.
One is pointed and one is flat. That's right. So these, the coyote predators have really sharp teeth. Have you guys ever used scissors before to cut paper and it's able to slice right through? That's what their teeth do. If you watch, when I open and close its mouth, their teeth kind of run right past one another and they act like scissors because they eat meat and they're cutting up the food with their teeth because they don't use forks and knives like we do. At least I don't think so. I've never seen one do that. They use their paws and their claws and their teeth. That's right. And then if we look at this deer right here, so someone said they have really flat teeth, right? So what does a deer eat? Does anyone know? If you raise your hand, go ahead. What does a deer eat?
Grass?
They eat grass and they eat grains and they eat plants. So they don't chew like we do. They grind their teeth. So that's why their teeth are really flat because they have to grind those things together. And if you look at the top, what's funny about up here?
The nostrils.
There's nostrils, but what's missing?
No.
They have a nose, but what's missing in its mouth? Right here.
The top. The top.
Teeth. That's right, the top teeth. They have no top teeth. And if you look on the front of the coyote, they have really big front teeth, right? That's because these guys aren't eating meat. They're using their top teeth to grab onto a plant and pull all the leaves off. So let's use our fingers to pretend to be a deer. So we're going to take our fingers and grab a leaf and pull those leaves off, just like that. Can you do it with me? Let's do it one more time. Ready? Grab those leaves and pull them off. And then we're going to go, and that's how they eat. So they have really different teeth. Another thing that we are going to look at is the way that their eyes are facing. So we're going to get rid of the bottom jaw. So if you look at their eyes, if you look at the eyes of the coyote, they are facing right forward, right? Just like our eyeballs are. Our eyeballs face forward. And now if you look at the eyes of the deer, they're kind of facing outward. Like if I were to stick my finger through here, it would face outward, kind of like that, right?
No.
Yeah, just like that. I have a picture. Are you ready? Let's see if I can grab this. So I have a picture right here of a deer and a coyote. And both of them are facing sideways. We're looking at the sides of their heads. Can you see how the coyote's head, their eyeballs are facing forwards? We can't really see them. But with the deer, it looks like the deer is looking right at us. Can you see that difference? Can anyone think of why the deer have their eyes on the sides of their head and the coyotes have their eyes right in front of their head? Can anyone think of why?
Because the coyote.
Oh, let's raise your hand. Go right ahead.
Because the coyote.
That's right. They need to see their prey right in front of them because they need to see, oh, you look yummy, or like that popcorn, that looks yummy. I need to be able to see it right there. And why might the deer's eyes be on the side of their head? Go ahead.
To see like all around them.
Yes, that's right. So they can see if there is a coyote looking in front of them. So if we think of how when you look forward, you see everything. There's no black spots where you're looking, right? It's not like over here, put your hands right here. Can you see your hands when they're next to your ears?
Yeah.
You can see your hands. I can't see my hands. That is because we look right ahead. But with deer, their eyes are on the sides of their heads so they can see their hands. But they can't see right in front of us. So if we put a ball, if we put a fist right in front of our heads, that is kind of how deer see. They don't see directly in front of them because they need to focus on looking around to make sure that there's nothing that's trying to come and eat them.
What if it's behind them?
If it's behind them, they're able to turn their head really, really quickly. And if you see these really big ears on them, they have really, really good hearing. So they can hear really, really well. So if they notice that something might be behind them, they're able to quickly pick their head up and turn around. Hey girlies, can you sit down for me?
Well, I just had a question.
Okay, save your questions for the end, okay? Now there's one more thing that I like to look at and compare in skulls. So you've probably never heard of this, but maybe when I explain it, you're gonna say, oh, I know what you're talking about. So if you look at the top of the deer's head, you see how there's like a tiny little bump? Just a teeny weeny little bump right on there. And if you look at the coyote, you see how much bigger this bump is compared? Now let's see, have any of you ever pet a dog's head before? You pet their head, it's really soft, but sometimes you can feel like a little lump in their head, right? Have you felt that? That's this right here. Now I have a really big word for you. Are you ready? Should I tell you the big word? Yeah? I don't have to tell you the big word if you don't think you're going to be able to remember it. No flicking popcorn, guys. My friends with the popcorn,
I have a hybrid.
can you put the popcorn down and not flick it at someone? Thank you. So if you've ever felt that really big bump on the back of the dog's head, okay, the word is sagittal crest. Can you say that?
Sagittal crest.
So the bigger the sagittal crest, the bigger the biting power. So looking at this deer compared to this coyote, which one has a bigger sagittal crest?
Wolf.
The coyote or the deer?
Wolf.
The coyote! That's
wolf.
yeah, wolves have them too. That's because they need to really be able to chomp down on their food because it's going to try and run away from them, right? Do leaves run away? No. They can't run. They might shimmer a little bit in the wind, but they can't run away. But a deer can definitely run away from a coyote, right? So those are our three big ways that we can tell the difference between a
But I know
and
that
a
moose are actually bigger than deer.
You're right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to walk around with the, if I could actually have you help me. Yep. If you want to walk around with the deer, I'll have you carry the deer skull and the deer fur. And if you want to start on that side, I will carry the coyote skull and the coyote fur, and I will start on this side. And you can touch them. Since we put our hand sanitizer on, I want you to stay seated on your bottoms. And I don't want you to run and jump to try and get ahead because I promise we're going to go to each and every one of you, okay? So you can give it a touch.
Skull.
Feel it.
Touch them and feel. Do you think it's going to be soft or do you think it's going to be rough? Pretty. It's a little bit rougher than you would think.
I agree.
It does feel good, doesn't it?
I like the fire.
Yeah, it is. This is an old skull. It's pretty soft. I think
This is
the
the
coyote
coyote
is
side.
soft.
I know it does.
No, they're not sharp. These are for grinding up leaves. You're poking them in the eye.
Gentle.
The coyote is his face. Yeah, that's his tail.
It
See
is
that
real
white tail? It's not too soft, but now feel the coyote. I think the coyote is really soft.
The coyote is so soft. It's fuzzy like a puppy dog.
Do you think the deer is soft?
Gentle. No, 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 no. Don't pull it. Gentle.
You think the deer? I think the coyote might be softer.
It is a strong tooth
This
right
is his
there.
tail on the end.
Dad, you gotta feel that. It's so
Pretty soft, huh? Pretty cool, isn't
Here
it?
in Michigan starts in October and bow season.
Yeah.
You guys want to feel the skull?
bobblehead. So the reason for this is to scare away any other animal, but we use it so we can show you that owls' heads, they can't spin all the way around like this, but they can spin a lot. So, yeah, exactly. That's right. It's going to try and scare those predators so they can move. So, my friends, what did you think? Raise your hand if you thought the coyote was softer. Coyote was softer? Raise your hand if you think the deer was softer. You thought the deer was softer? Yeah, they're pretty cool, aren't they? So one last thing that we're going to kind of look at, and then we're going to go play a game, is this right here is an owl. And we have an owl right here. So owls, can you put your listening ears on, friends? We're just about to go play a game, but I want to explain something to you first, okay? So owls are amazing predators because look, they have really big eyes. They can blend in really well. It's a bird, just like our last program. They use those feathers to blend in. And though they have really big eyes, they also have really great hearing. So this is an owl's head. This is their skull. And this is a tiny little skull of a mouse. Really tiny. So I know that's how small it is. So owls eat mice. So we are going to go play a game where we are.
Owls and mice?
Where we. My friends, if we want to play a game, we have to listen. Can we have our listening ears on? So what we're going to do is we're going to play a game where someone is going to be an owl and someone is going to be a mouse. And the mouse is going to have to try and hide from the owl. And the owl is going to have to try and find the mouse.
I'm going to be the mouse.
So, what I need everybody to stand up. Jump in. Yep, there we go. Jump in right there. So, what we're going to do is we're going to play a game. Okay, we can drop our hands now. We're going to play a game where someone is an owl and someone is a mouse. Now, can anyone tell me when do owls go out looking for food?
Night.
At night. That's right. So they can't always use their eyes. Sometimes they have to use their ears. So someone is going to be blindfolded. And someone is going to have to be a mouse. And where do mice live? Do they live in the trees? No. Where do they live?
In the ground.
In the ground. So if we're really quiet. Does that sound like the rustling of leaves to you? So in this game, we're going to have to be really, really quiet because someone is going to be the owl and someone else is going to be the mouse. You want to? How about you be the mouse?
I want to be the owl.
Okay, so who wants to be the mouse? You want to be the mouse? Okay. So who wants to be the owl?
Me.
You want to be the owl? So you can be the owl. So So, ladies and gentlemen, give me your listening ears. So what's going to happen is our little mouse is going to walk around the circle. Every now and again, she is going to rustle in the leaves. And our owl is going to stand right in the middle. And I want you to try and point whatever you hear in that mouse, okay? And we're going to all help. And if the owl points to the right spot, we're going to say, yes, you got her. And then we're going to switch. And if she doesn't, we're going to wait until she finds the mouse, okay? So, Allie, can you come to the center for me right here? So I'm going to put this over your eyes, just like this, and then I'm going to twist these behind your head, okay? So you're not going to be able to see, but don't worry, we won't let you fall, okay? So we're going to do that.